Ultimax Ligno is the newest abrasive technology from Mirka, designed specifically for the woodworking sector. This disc has the newest innovations that Mirka can produce and is focused on sanding hardwoods and softwoods. You notice straight away the distinctive pattern on here with the hourglass shapes. That's where the grain is. It's a ceramic and aluminium oxide mix designed to cut as aggressively as possible. And then the wide channels here, the white channels here, allow the dust to move towards the holes and nothing sits on the surface of the disc. Even after sanding for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, when you look at this disc, it looks fresh and it looks clean. We work particularly hard on the edge resistance as well, so we know that that's an area that can tear in typical wood applications. Combined with a sustainable approach to manufacturing, this disc represents the future of abrasive technology. Ultimax Ligno is a result of years of research and development technology at Mirka. We've been improving our manufacturing processes and reducing our environmental impact every way we can. Every aspect of this disc gets considered during manufacturing. The resin that's used to hold the grain into place now has zero VOC content and zero formaldehyde. The energy that we use to create these discs is now fully from renewable sources. Our own bioenergy plant in Finland, which takes the waste materials from manufacturing and burns those to create fuel for the factory, and a renewable source right next door to us on a farm. In addition to that, Mirka has invested heavily into a tree replant program, where as we sell out the Ligno discs, those trees can get restocked in a site out in India. One of the most important features with the new Ultimax Ligno disc is the dust extraction. The disc has been designed to pull the wood fibres across the surface of the disc as easily as possible and prevent the disc from getting too hot. The biggest downside to sanding wood abrasives is that as you build the heat up, you can melt the resin that comes out of the wood, and that's what clogs discs up. With Ultimax Ligno, these white channels here don't have any grain on them at all, so the dust can move very quickly and smoothly along these channels towards the holes, whichever hole is closest. Because the dust is moving so easily across the surface of the disc, it prevents the heat build-up that you would normally get in an abrasive. That means that the disc won't clog, and it means that even after 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, or 15 minutes of sanding, this disc still looks brand new. The dust extraction on Ligno is so good that all of the dust is pulled towards the holes, which is exactly where it should be. The reason there isn't any dust around the edges here are because before the dust can escape, it's pulled towards the centre. So in actual fact, as you can see here, even though the edge of the disc is sanding, the dust is immediately pulled towards the centre. The reason there's no dust in this small area here is because in actual fact, the centre hole on the backing pad is not a dust extraction port. So the first dust extraction port is here, and you can see that reflected exactly on the disc. That's exactly what we want to see with the dust moving across the surface. Ultimax Ligno uses a new backing paper that Mirka developed specifically for this product. And the way that the grains are impregnated into the paper is much deeper bond than you would get with other abrasives. The grains are embedded so deeply, in fact, that even if you were to fold the disc very sharply along the edge, you'll notice that there are no grains coming off, that there's no cracking along the fold line there, and that when you unfold it again, the disc looks brand new. In fact, you can even scrunch the disc up. When you unfold it again, that disc will still be perfectly usable. Ultimax Ligno's most distinctive features are the hourglass-shaped patterns where the grain is placed. This pattern isn't accidental. Mirka spent a long time trying to come up with this, and in fact tested 64 different shapes, including squares and diamonds, and even writing Mirka out in the grain. This hourglass shape is the most effective because it has 4 sharp corners, 2 angled edges and 2 straight edges on each piece. That means that the grain is cutting against the substrate from different angles and different ways at each point. The dust is then directed towards the channels to create the best sanding effect. You notice as well with the new Ligno abrasive that the grip number is printed across the front, so you can easily see what you're sanding with. You don't need to remove the disc to check. Ultimax Ligno is the newest abrasive technology from Mirka, and it was designed specifically for the woodworking sector. We understand about woods, hardwoods and softwoods and MDFs and chipboards, and we tried to design an abrasive that is specifically for those applications. There's a lot of new technology going on in here, but you'll notice straight away the hourglass shaped patterns on the front here. That's only possible thanks to Mirka's grain printing technology, and it allows the disc to cut at every single part of the surface. These channels here across the front, the white channels allow the dust to move towards the holes as quickly as possible and create a continuous airflow between the grains and the substrate that you're sanding, which prevents the disc from overheating and it stops the disc from clogging. After 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, when you look at this disc, it will still look clean and new. We use a ceramic and aluminium oxide grain blend, which is perfect for cutting hardwoods or softwoods without clogging up. And we work particularly hard on making sure that the edge doesn't wear down and doesn't tear easily against non-flat applications. All in all, it's the result of years of research at Mirka, and it represents our future for abrasive technology, and we're really looking forward to hearing what you think.